All right, are the parties here on Brande Barrera? Is the attorney here for Ms. Barrera? Who is the attorney on Barrera? Does anyone know?
My attorney his name is Abelardo Garza.
All right, so we're just waiting for him to come in and then we'll take up your case.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else ready?
Judge, I'm ready. I'm Monique Williams whenever the court's ready.
All right, have you conferred with the state?
We're here on two matters, one for a bond reduction or a PR bond, and then I'll certainly confer with the state. I have in the past, but not today.
Okay. I'll send you to breakout room number 2. Someone from the state will meet you there.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, and Brandon Day.
Hello, Judge. We are back for Mr. Day. Mr. Vividial is also with our office and he will be taking over for Mr. Reese. We are going to enter into the plea bargain and take the 4 years today and see if we can come back for sentencing.
All right, thank you. If you'll put that in the chat box to the court coordinator.
Absolutely. I believe Mr. Saunders did let her know so we can get that paperwork over to us.
All right, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Judge, the paperwork's been sent over.
All right, so I'm going to send you to a breakout room then with Mr. Day so that you all can get the paperwork completed.
All right. Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1.
All right. Thank you.
All right, and Morales, who is the Joe Ray Garcia? Are you here? They may not be here yet, Ms. Morales, because we're supposed to start up at 2:30, so we are a little bit early.
Okay.
All right, just give us a moment.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Villarreal, are you here on the matter involving Brandon?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I've sent you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
Mr. Williams? we're going to reset your case. Your attorney is unable to appear today due to illness. So we're going to reset it and see what date we can get from him. And if we can't get another date, then other avenues may be pursued, okay? All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Kendrick Williams, can we have a reset date on that, please? All right, so we're going to come back on February 28th. We may be back sooner than that, Mr. Williams, okay?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to try to get you back sooner. We're just going to get in touch with your attorney.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. God bless.
All right, thank you. You too. God bless you. Have a great rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, 14N can go back.
Yes, ma'am.
And then Joe Ray Garcia.
Yes, Judge.
All right, and Marissa Morales, can I see you all in breakout room number 3, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let me just find you on the screen. There you go. And Mr. Groomer, you're more than welcome to come to breakout room number 3 as well if you feel you need to.
Mike, has anything started?
Just 1 second.
All right, Abelardo Garza,
Yes, Judge, I'm present.
you're ready to go forward with the plea. Is there a prosecutor available on Brande Barrera, Brittany Sparks, or Marcus Sanders?
Judge, I'm here, but I don't know the agreement, so if you'll be able to help me.
Yes, I will.
Hey, Judge, sorry, I'm here.
Oh, no problem. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 11652, State of Texas versus Brande Barrera. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders?
for the defense?
Abelardo Garza,
And are you Brande Barrera?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
no objection, Your Honor.
Ms. Barrera, I'm showing you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Barrera, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We waive the reading of the indictment.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we are proceeding on count 1, waiving count 2, or paragraph B.
Okay. So proceeding on count 1.
Yes, Judge.
Any objection to the state waivers of count 2?
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Barrera, I'm going to show you a document entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with is theft, $2,500 to $30,000 of a vehicle? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Do you believe she is currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Barrera, has anyone threatened you, forced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. We're going to go off the record for a moment. Mr. Jonathan Perez, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. To the prosecutors, that's either a family violence case or either it's criminal trial division.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
All right. Brenna, I don't have real time up. Where did we leave off?
Waived her right to jury trial.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the first?
That knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial.
All right, thank you so much, Brenna. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on count 1. They're recommending deferred adjudication. This is to be run concurrent with 627359. Is that a misdemeanor case?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, in parentheses, it says that judgment should be satisfied. Restitution, if any, to Royce, R-O-Y-C-E, Sullivan, and there's to be no contact with Royce Sullivan. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Ms. Barrera?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours of community service restitution, and PATS 1 and 2. You understand those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations.
Yes.
Then to the offenses charged in count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Barrera, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiving consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt if you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, we ask to waive.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Well, Your Honor, I understand picked this up. I've talked to her about it. She realizes she's hanging around with the wrong people and she wants to turn it around and do what's right.
All right, Ms. Barrera, why are you stealing this person's vehicle? And I read the report. What was going on? Because it says that you rode there to this person's home on a bicycle. Then you got in their car and drove off in their car. So why are you doing this?
I was really just trying to get my backpack back. That's all I wanted.
No, there's no mention of a backpack in any statement with the police. When they first asked you about it, you tell them that somebody on the east side gave it to you. And I really wish people would stop saying east side like it's the bad part of town. A neighborhood is what you make it. So you just said somebody on the east side gave me this car. And it didn't make any sense because the neighbor's Ring doorbell shows you riding up on a bicycle and then getting in the car and driving it away. And then you tell the police that you went to the resident and stole the vehicle because it appeared it wasn't in a good spot, even though the vehicle was in this person's driveway. And it says you were aware that the vehicle was not yours, but you took it anyway. So I'm trying to figure out what were your thought processes, because you go on a bike, you're on your bicycle, drive up to this house and take a vehicle, and this is Texas. You could have been shot and killed. And then this person calls the police because they're saying there are 4 guns inside the vehicle. So we're back to the point of what's going in your mind. Why are you going to people's driveways and stealing vehicles that are not yours?
Well, there was my backpack that was stolen from me while I was on my bike, and I noticed that same vehicle there. So I really just wanted my backpack back. I didn't take anything else. I just had my backpack.
So then you never mentioned that in the police report, but I'll go down this trail that you're sending me on with your backpack. So why didn't you just open the car and grab your backpack and take it and get back on your bicycle and leave?
I guess I got scared. I don't know.
No, because nobody came up to that door until after you had driven off in the vehicle. So here's the thing, Ms. Barrera. If you want to be successful in this probation, you got to be truthful with it. And you're not telling me the truth right now. Are there any other issues with your client, Mr. Garza?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
So is she just a person who rides on her bicycle, and if the opportunity presents itself, she steals a vehicle? Because she wasn't around any bad people. It was just her.
The only thing I can think of, Your Honor, is maybe she's had a drug problem in the past.
Because then she took the vehicle and they found it right at the Magic Theater. So tell me about yourself, Ms. Barrera. How far did you go in school?
I got my high school diploma, and I work out of my home. I live on the east side.
Doing what?
I sell on eBay. I sell vintage jewelry and handmade jewelry. I've been doing that for about 10 years now.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I do.
What are their ages?
My son is 12 years old and my daughter's 15 years old.
Who are they living with?
They live with me, but right now they're with my parents.
Where were they when you were riding on your bicycle to steal a vehicle?
I mean, that wasn't my intention to take the truck. I think I just panicked. They were visiting their grandparents. I was actually on my way over there to go be with family and stuff, because my brother was sick with COVID and has since passed away since I've been in here.
Okay, so here's the thing. The story that you're telling me makes absolutely no sense. This is like Alice in Wonderland. You know, you're going to get your backpack from some location because you think you see this truck as the one that was following you. You have children that it appears you're not taking care of because they're not with you and they were not with you on this night. You get on a bicycle, you pull up into this driveway on your bicycle, and you open a car door and you take off on it. And then you still don't get your backpack. You go to the Magic Theater. What was happening at the Magic Theater that night?
I don't know. I think it was just nothing was happening there. I think it was just a safe spot because I panicked and so I just wanted to pull over somewhere and just think of what was happening because I just wanted my backpack back. But it wasn't my intention to steal the truck. I'm sorry I did that. I actually do always have my kids with me. It's just that on that particular day, the day before, they were visiting family because they had gone to SeaWorld. And so I was on my way to my mother's actually, and we were just gonna be taken back to my house.
Do you have a car?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Have you ever had any mental health issues, been diagnosed with anything?
No, ma'am, or drug issues.
Has CPS ever been involved in your life?
A long time ago, one time.
For what?
I went in HEB real quick. My son was, I think he was about 5 or 6 years old, and I forgot him. I forgot he was there in the back seat. I just was in there for like 30 minutes and got a few items.
All right. You're gonna have to get a job other than working on eBay. I mean, I love entrepreneurship, but you're gonna have to get a job that has a steady paycheck. You understand?
That is a steady income.
Well, it's not enough for you to stop stealing vehicles. So you're gonna have to get that's gonna be your part-time job. Or either you can make it a full-time job if you want to, but you're gonna have a job where you actually get a paycheck and a W-2 form from an employer. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. I'm going to want parenting classes, proof of employment within 15 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Until our parenting classes are completed. CPS compliance, if applicable. 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof that you completed the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be deducted. CATs 1 and 2. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Probation, sorry, I'm going to need field visits 3 times per month to see what's happening at her household and who's there. Going to do the UA hotline. There's to be restitution, if any, and no contact with Roy Sullivan. This is where I concur with 627359, and the court will show that you all are saying that that judgment is satisfied. Rebecca, is there anything else you need?
No, ma'am.
Ms. Barrera, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am, I understand.
All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Ms. Barrera, you have 2 children to take care of. Your children want their mom to be a fine, upstanding citizen, somebody they'll be proud of, and they don't want their mom to end up getting shot because she is in someone else's driveway stealing their vehicle. So many things could have went wrong with that. Do you understand?
Yes.
And if you need some help with other issues, you need to let probation know. People can't help you if you don't tell them what the issue is. I'm still unsure what your issue is right now because you haven't been honest with me. But I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And Mr. Garza, you can go to number 1, or either you can be excused. And Rebecca, if you go to breakout room number 1 to go over conditions with her, please.
I'd be excused, Your Honor. I got to go to a couple of other courts.
Yes.
Thank you.
Are the parties ready on Brandon Day?
Yes, Your Honor. Nathan Villarreal for Mr. Brandon Day.
And me, Judge.
And Mr. Day, can you
Yes,
identify
yes,
yourself here?
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 1476, State of Texas versus Brandon McCleary Day. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Nathan Villarreal.
All right, and are you the attorney of record for Mr. Day?
Our law offices, Your Honor. Mr. Ruiz had to step out early today, but our office does represent Mr. Day.
All right, and are you Brandon Day?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
Do you have any objections to Mr. Villarreal standing in?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No objection.
Any objection from the defense?
No objection.
Mr. Day, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Day, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge. We're proceeding on count 1, paragraph B, waiving count 2, 3, and paragraph A of count 1.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection, Judge.
Mr. Day, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
What you're charged with is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand? Just one moment. Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor, to both.
Mr. Day, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on, you're proceeding on count 1, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Any objections to the court changing the paperwork to reflect that the state is proceeding on count 1, paragraph B?
No objection, Judge.
All right. State, any objections?
No, Judge. Thank you.
You're welcome. Punishment is to be assessed at 4 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. There are no applications. State will take in consideration the following cause numbers: 651, 258, 259, 260, 261, 262, 263, and 264. And the first three numbers of all of those cause numbers being taken in consideration is 651. There's to be no contact with Katarina Espinoza, and that's with the K, Victoria Espinoza, or Portia Queenmean. Spelling of the first name is Porchia. Last name Queemean. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Day?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
To my knowledge, no. Actually, no. No, Your Honor.
All right, then to the offense as charged in count 1, paragraph B, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Day, are you pleading no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea.
Yes, the state offer states Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objection.
Mr. Day, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. When are we coming back on sentencing for this? What does he need? How much time is he asking for?
I would say at least 30 days, Your Honor.
Why? What does he need to get in order?
Well, Mr. Day, would you like to clarify with the court?
I mean, I can do this as soon as Monday, if that's okay with you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can we put this for the first date in February? I'll give you a date in February at the beginning, because it sounded as though you were put on the spot for coming up with it today.
Just a little bit, Your Honor. I wasn't sure if time was needed or required or anything like that. I was waiting for the advice of my counsel.
Okay, so do you need a chance to get affairs in order or no?
I mostly have them done. I can get everything done by this weekend, so I can be in court on Monday, Your Honor.
All right, then Ms. Ferguson, can we recall this for February 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to come back on February 1st at 9 a.m. You'll need to be in the courtroom. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. It is on the 4th floor, 187 District Court. Do you understand?
One more time, Your Honor.
You need to be here on Monday.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa. The staff always tells me that I say De La Rosa different every time. I'm sorry. It's DOLOROSA. Brenda, that's me trying to do a little accent on it to make it sound like I'm from San Antonio.
The first is Tuesday though.
Ah, okay, I'm sorry. February 1st, Tuesday. Thank you, Brenna. So we're gonna have you come in. Monday is the 31st, so we're gonna have you come in Monday or Tuesday, which is easiest. You wanna do Monday? Okay, so then January 31st, we'll see you here at 9 a.m., okay? Well, not 9 a.m., 10:30. Is that correct, Ms. Ferguson, 10:30 on Monday?
Yes, ma'am.
Brenda, I remember that my steel trap mind is back to working for my allergy medications. All right, so that'll be 10:30 a.m. on January 31st. And it's 300 De La Rosa. When you come downtown, don't go to the building with the green rooftop. You want the building that's right next door to it.
Okay.
And don't mistakenly go to Frio.
You said it's on the 4th floor, correct?
Yeah, yes. And remember 187 District Court, because if you get lost and you just tell people you're looking for the 187 District Court, they'll be able to tell you where it's located.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. If there's nothing else, you're excused. Ms. Ramirez, thank you for coming in. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate all your help this morning. You have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Hi, are we ready on Mr. Foster?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so what is happening with Mr. Foster?
Well, Your Honor, his friend did come and get his car. So at least his car is not sitting out there anymore because it was probably going to be towed. So we are unable to do a plea today just because we're a little unsure just based on the fact that we're still waiting on those out of county judgments.
All right, Mr. Garcia, will you think you'll have those judgments tomorrow?
The actual judgments, I was told today a week, Judge.
All right, let me look at the calendar. So were you able to speak with the prosecutor in that jurisdiction this afternoon?
No, I haven't spoke to the prosecutor, but I spoke to the investigator who did call that county. And that's what they told him.
Okay, well, let's just try. I find,
Okay.
Brenda, I find squeaky wheels. People are like, somebody needs to put some WD-40 on that wheel, it's squeaking. But if they're quiet, they're just like, everything's fine. So let's do this. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna issue a judge's warrant. And I'm gonna remand your client without bond. And we're gonna come back tomorrow, Ms. Morales, to see if the state has those judgments. Because let me explain to you my issue with this whole thing. A friend has picked up his vehicle. He still doesn't have ignition interlock on that vehicle. And I know that's not your fault because you didn't know he had his vehicle. So I have someone who's on his 5th violation and he continues to drink alcohol. Yes, he has a portable monitor, but that portable monitor is not telling me anything that's happening while he's driving. And if he blows in it and he's positive, he can still get behind the wheel and drive. And so that's my concern. And he was talking about his stresses. My concern if he's gonna leave here, go to his house and drink, get in his car and drive, and who knows what will end up happening. So what we're gonna do for now, and I'll reconsider once we come back tomorrow, but we're gonna come back tomorrow, but for now, I'm gonna remand him without bond and issue a judge's warrant.
Okay.
And Ms. Morales, if you would like, you probably can call felony drug court and see if they have any options open.
Okay.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson, we need to have Larry Foster ordered for tomorrow, please.
Okay, Judge, it's not on the docket. I already sent out the docket, so if you guys can just make a note of it, please. All the
All right.
attorneys. Thank you.
All right.
Sure. It's the same Zoom address?
No, it will be a different Zoom address.
Okay,
But what she's saying is that your client will not appear on the paper docket because she sent it out, but she's going to call the jail and make sure that your client is ordered in here.
wonderful.
Do
Okay.
you need to speak with Mr. Foster so you can let him know what's going on?
Sure, Your Honor, that would be great. And I do have a probate at 9:30, so I'll zoom in before, and if not, can I zoom back out and then zoom back in?
Sure. I mean, we'll wait for you. You can take care of your probate matter.
Okay.
All right, to the courtroom, can you have Mr. Foster brought out so his attorney can speak to him? And I'm going to send her to breakout room number 2, and Ms. Morales, you can be excused from breakout room number 2 after you speak with him.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Anthony Cantrell.
Yes, Judge.
All right, who's the prosecutor on this case?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, so he has filed motions. He said requesting a PR bond and a bond reduction. So with regards to the PR bond, unless there's something I'm unaware of, Mr. Cantrell, I'm not going to grant a PR bond on an aggravated assault and deadly conduct. But,
That's fine.
okay. And let me just find the motion. To the clerks, do you have the motions on Monique Williams? The defense counsel says he has a motion for bond reductions filed. State, before we go on a record, have you had a chance to see those motions?
I haven't, Your Honor, but I still have a position regardless.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Cantrell, when did you file the motions?
Your Honor, let's see here.
I think I found them, Judge. I'm printing them out right now.
All right, thank you. Okay. They're
On the,
pretty much,
January 13th, Judge.
all right. So the court is calling 2021 CR 10892 and 2021 CR 11076, State of Texas versus Monique Raleigh Williams. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael Villarreal for the state.
For the defense?
Anthony Cantrell.
And are you Miss Raleigh Williams? Can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Dan
Any
Lower.
objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Miss Raleigh, do you have any objections to this proceeding by video?
No, ma'am.
And each of these cause numbers, the defense has filed motions to reduce the bond or request for a PR bond in each of the cause numbers. It's my understanding, defense, you're withdrawing your request for a PR bond in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
And I'm not as concerned about the deadly conduct has a $10,000 bond, so I'm okay with that. It's the other case, the ag assault deadly weapon has a $75,000 bond.
All right. So with regards to cause number 2021 CR 11076, are you withdrawing your request for a bond reduction on that matter?
On the deadly conduct, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So then the only case number we're proceeding on is 2021 CR 10892. State, are you ready to proceed on that motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense, it's your motion. You may begin.
Your Honor, on that particular case, we think we have some credible evidence that would be exculpatory to my client. I've shared that with them, but they have not had a chance to investigate that right now. But with respect to the charges and Monique Williams, she's been in jail for quite a while. One of the things I do need to let the court know ahead of time is that we've had, I'm sorry about that phone
Okay, no
behind you
problem.
there. We had filed a motion to have her evaluated, and that was, I think, done quite a while back, Your Honor. And it looks like it was filed, but had not been sent to Judge Carruthers. So we're going to ask that that be done also.
Just one moment. Ms. Ferguson,
Sure.
can you check on the issue with Miss Williams and her evaluations, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sorry, Deputy Mejia. Everyone, just give me a moment. All right, Deputy Mejia, I don't see the courtroom. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Cantrell.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if you can continue, please.
So we had filed that. That motion that you're going to be checking on, but irregardless, Judge. And by the way, that motion was filed October 19th. I was just checking.
Okay.
So I've spoke to Ms. Williams. She does not have anywhere near that type of money to bond out. I have no reason to believe that she would not come to court. She has very strong ties in the San Antonio community. She would be staying with her grandmother. Her grandmother has talked to me about trying to get the bonds reduced so that she could come out. So we'd ask the court to consider that. And this is the case that I think we have some very decent exculpatory evidence that we think the district attorney's office will evaluate, because it does have a factor in this case and why it happened.
All right, State.
Your Honor, this case involves the defendant shooting her uncle. Last time we spoke to the uncle back in October, he was still having trouble walking. They shot her one time to the pelvis, and she still has suffers from nerve damage. It seems that based on the reports that I've received, that this was an unprovoked shooting. And so at this point, based on the nature of the case and the facts particular to this case, we're asking that the court deny the defendant's motion.
All right, is there any evidence or witnesses from the state?
Not at this point, Your Honor.
What is the defendant's criminal history? Are there any police reports or anything for the court to review? Because I have.
Yes, Your Honor. I can pull the reports if you just give me 1 minute. And Your Honor, would you like the report emailed to you for purposes of this hearing?
Yes, and you need to include Mr. Cantrell in that email.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, and also include the court reporter, please.
Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, no problem.
What's her email address?
Ms. Ferguson?
You want mine?
Oh, you mean Brenna's? Yes, she'll send it to you in the chat box.
Yes.
Thank you. And Tony, can you also send me yours in the
Yeah.
chat as well?
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. We have to still. I'm sending it. Hold on.
Just one moment, everyone.
Hey, Michael, I couldn't hear what you're sending. I can barely hear you. What now? Sorry.
I sent the prosecution guide. And it should be, I already sent it. It should be
Okay.
within your email.
Thank you.
Are you still expecting something?
Yes.
It hasn't come in. It's not in the spam, so.
It's probably lengthy.
Hey, Rebecca. It's Ryan.
Yes.
Can we go to breakout room real quick?
You want to go in one?
Sure, we can go to one.
All right. Defense, have you received State's Exhibit number 1?
Did we get it yet? No, we still haven't received it.
All right, just as soon as you all receive that, we'll pick up this hearing. Jonathan
Monique,
Perez,
I'm here, Your Honor.
yes. You have Ayala.
Yes. And Mr. Ayala's present, Judge, if you need him.
What is happening with your case?
Judge, I went ahead and spoke with the state and spoke with Officer Reyes, I believe. This is a motion for early termination, Judge, and it appears that he is complied with all the requirements of the court, Judge. We wanted to double check and make sure, and I think Officer Reyes could be of more assistance.
All right, how long has he been on probation?
I want to say since April, we entered into a deferred agreement in April 16th, Judge, so 8 months, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, no. Okay, so here's the thing. He hasn't been on probation that long.
I agree, Judge.
Yeah, so I mean, come back at the 1-year mark.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
the court, Mr. Ayala, continue doing what you're doing. I understand that you have been doing very well, but you need to at least be on probation for at least a year. I see that you have 2 years deferred adjudication is what you were given. And also when you all come back at the year mark, if he's done everything, I'll need to know that the complainant is aware that he's seeking early termination and the complainant has no fear. The complainant is fine with it, okay?
You got it, Judge. That's not a problem.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Please.
Sure.
Okay, bye-bye.
Defense, have you received the motion? I mean, the State's Exhibit 1 yet?
Judge, we're printing it out right now.
All right, and is the attorney on Alaman here? Alman? I'm assuming that's a no. Does anyone know if the plea agreement has been completed on Hillary Allman?
I'll check, Judge.
All right, thank you. And they were entering a plea in misdemeanor court.
Judge, can I see you in a breakout room?
Yes. Breakout room number 1.
Can you send me that? Because I'm not a co-host. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, okay, so we are back on the record in 2021 CR 10892. Mr. Cantrell, have you had a chance to review State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No.
State's Exhibit number 1 is admitted into evidence. All right. Any other evidence from the state?
No, Your Honor, at this time, we don't have any criminal history to offer.
All right. Any other evidence from defense?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court's going to deny the motion. What the court will do is we're going to recall this back, Ms. Rowley, on February 28th. Mr. Cantrell, I'm going to have them expedite the evaluation that she wants done. And if that evaluation has not been done and she has not been seen a doctor, I'm going to reconsider your motion for a bond reduction. But this is what I'll need from you. I'll need the list of somebody that she's going to be staying with because of the concerns that I have based upon State's Exhibit number 1. And if there is some sort of mental health issue, which there appears to be from reading State's Exhibit 1, then I need to know what safeguards are we going to have? Is she going to have a case manager? That type of thing. So if that isn't done by the 28th, the evaluation, we'll have another hearing, revisit this. And if you could make sure that I have that information for the next time.
Yes, ma'am. We'll make sure it happens.
All right, Ms. Rowley, we're going to get that expedited as quickly as possible to make sure that you're interviewed by a doctor, okay?
And Judge, can I go in a breakout room with her?
Yes. I'll send you to breakout room number 1. After you've finished in breakout room number 1, could you make sure that your client comes back to the main room, please?
Yes.
Judge, that's the last family violence case in the docket. May I be excused for a victim meeting? Please.
Yes, you may be excused. Brenna, the new people here are leaving people behind, but it is a meeting, so I'll let him go.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, everyone, we're going to stop live stream. It felt sort of like a Monday, but you know, we kept smiles on our faces. We kept pushing through, so it was a good day. So I'm going to stop live stream. We'll be back tomorrow, which is Friday at 9 a.m. And Norma, on Friday, we are going to start docket, but then we're going to have to stop the docket at, let me see. We're going to have to stop the docket at probably 11 and then pick it back up at 1:30.